Benton.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Manton Ranger basketball. I'm Rick Swanson, along with Nate Swanson, my son, and tonight, Manton, lady version, will be hosting Forest Area. It is exciting to be here for the opener of the girls' season. And Nate, welcome once again to you.
Good to be here for another game, second this week.
But our pregame report tonight is brought to you by Wilder Heating and Cooling. As mentioned, we are at Manton High School for girls high school basketball. It is the opener for the Lady Rangers as they host the Lady Warriors of Forest Area. These two haven't played each other for a number of years. According to Coach McCone, he thought that it's probably been at least 5 years since they have met. So they really don't have a history that we can talk about at this point. And being the first game of the season, nothing to report on so far this year. But the opener should have happened, Nate, in early December, and everyone knows the struggle that this year has brought. These teams had a full week of practice in November, 5 practices, thinking they were getting ready to go, and then everything was shut down until January 16th when they could start practicing. But I can only imagine what a struggle it has been to keep people involved, not even knowing what the future was to hold. And even though it's an opening game, in some ways, and Coach McCone mentioned it feels like it's been a long season already with a lot of waiting because you didn't know what was going to happen.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we talked about it with the boys on Monday. Just to stop and go, and you get excited to play, and then you cancel it again for a little bit, and then but really the first, physical action will be tonight. Playing, actually like grabbing and boxing out, and it'll be interesting how they respond.
And then there's always that thought in the back of their minds where is this practice even doing us any good because we might not even have a game, we might not play any game. But here we are, and we hope they can keep going. We hope there is certainly not another shutdown, and they can go on and complete their shortened season, even though it is a season.
Yeah, we'll take the games as we can get them.
The Manton girls do have 15 games on the schedule right now. Normally the regular season is 20, but I would say starting a couple months late, even have a chance of 15 is pretty good. The girls district, just to put that out there, just to tell you how short a season this is. The girls district begins March 22nd. The boys district begins the following night, March 23rd. And all JV games and varsity games for Manton will be on a live stream, and we will be announcing most varsity games. Usually the MHSAA doesn't allow this type of thing, but because of the COVID restrictions and the limited number of spectators that can attend the games, they are permitting the live streaming, which is kind of nice.
Oh, they have to do something. I mean, limiting the people that can watch it, and this was a nice gesture by the MHSAA to let schools do this. And it's cool that Manton's got some people, sponsoring it and letting it happen. Community effort.
And we hope all of you that are watching will certainly spread the word if there are others that would like to see the games but really don't know how to get them on YouTube. You can fill them in on how you were able to find us. Our sponsors for the live streams are Baltic Truck Store, Northern Michigan Environmental Transport, Shepwood Ball Drilling, and Wilder Heating and Cooling. And it'll be very interesting tonight and fun to see how the game unfolds and what this new team has and what they look like. We'll talk about more of the team, the current team here in just a moment. But Nate, let's look at the Forest Area first off. The Lady Rangers hosting the Lady Warriors. As we said, the opener for each team. The head coach for the Warriors is John Lang.
Yeah, we don't know a ton about Forest Area, but we do know that they were 5-16 last year. They finished 7th in the Ski Valley Conference out of 9 members. On their roster, they have 3 seniors, 3 juniors, 3 sophomores, and a freshman. But we don't have a great deal of experience on this team, as the Manton's team, which we'll get into here in a little bit. Lots of new faces to these teams. But lots of these girls are playing, JV and varsity, which some we'll probably touch on later. But so we got to see some of them earlier, and so that's really all we have to go on.
Yeah, with just 2 seniors, the Forest area girls probably don't have a great deal of experience on their group either, unless some of these juniors maybe up last year and so on. But as far as the Rangers, let's talk about them a little bit. Coach Katona is in his 8th year leading the Rangers. And let's start out, Nate, by talking about last year's team a little bit. They were 22-2 overall. They won their first district title for the girls basketball here in 2000. They defeated Hart in the regional opener, which you and I did over in Grayling, and they were set to take on Glen Lake in the regional final. You and I, Nate, were ready to do that game on the radio, and the day of the contest, everyone was notified that they was suspended. And what a letdown. We knew that was going to be a great ball game with Manton and Glen Lake. And as everyone knows, that suspension became a cancellation and never did resume. And it just leaves a lot of question marks.
Well, no, 11 months later, there's still question marks.
Yeah, people still wonder what would have happened had they played that game. What if the Rangers had won? I mean, how far could they have gone?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, they had Glen Lake early in the year and they beat them. So let's count that as a win. They had Charlevoix probably in the next game. Let's count that a win because they played them earlier. They did have Stuck coming back. But then you're in the quarters or semis, right?
Semis.
So that's how close they were to having, just something they longed for. Since they were 6th grade playing together. They all envisioned that senior year, or at some point, taking that trip, far in the tournament. That was right there. Just thanks for them and their families and coaches that work so hard. I just have to kind of just stop.
Where they were in the regional final, that's what's called the Sweet 16. Get to the regional final, there are only 16 teams left. Now finishing, but like I said, this would have been really fun to be able to play that game. Boy, I'll tell you, interest was so high, and our girls were playing such great defense.
They really were.
Through the district and that game with Hart. And boy, this would have been nice to be able to play.
All right, but yeah, this year's team looks much different. 7 seniors graduated, including the entire starting 5. Only 2 girls returned, and that's Leah Helsel, she's a sophomore, and Megan Moffitt, she's a junior. So this year presents a whole new look. However, Coach Katona and the girls are glad to finally get to play. Only 8 team members present some challenges. It's tough to do things in practice. You can't even play 5-on-5. So they'll probably maybe play more zone with maybe some junk defenses thrown in. Those are your boxes, your triangles, just something a little different. The team's very inexperienced, very young, and will probably definitely experience some growing pains along the way. But some strengths that Coach Katona likes in this team is just their camaraderie. There's good girls. They like each other. They play well together. They're unselfish. They play really strong defense, great attitudes. They work hard. They're competitive. Those are just great characteristics that you want in any team. If you've seen them this early, this crazy of times we're in, that's awesome. That they can show that through this pandemic, through these crazy practices, and still have good attitudes about everything.
Yeah, those are certainly characteristics that you build a good team around, to say the least. And even though these girls might be young, we'll go over the roster here in just a moment, but there are going to be some familiar names. For example, we've got a Wilder out there. Jaden Wilder graduated last year. Well, her sister right here at third place. And we had Annie Sheckler last year who graduated. Well, her cousin is on the team. So, Nate, take us through our roster this year, the 8 girls, and maybe their number and what grade they're in, just for our listeners.
Yeah, you got Lauren Wilder. She's number 1. She's a freshman. Jaden's sister. Just a quick little ditty. Coach Katona says that she'll probably run the point guard. And then we got Leah Helsel. She's a sophomore. She's number 2. She was on varsity last year. But now it's the time, to kind of step up and be a contributor. You have number 3, Megan Moffitt. She's a post player. She's been up for, a little bit, so she was going to rebound really well, play some good defense. You have Asia Taylor coming back, which is a familiar name in the Manton community. Was out last year with some injuries, but she's back as a senior. She's number 4. You have Sam Powers. She's a senior. She's number 12. But she's probably the best passer on the team, so it's Coach Katona, a good shooter as well. Then you have Morgan Shepler. She's a freshman. She's number 21, and that's Abby's cousin. But she'll split between JV and varsity a little bit. They have Abby Wood. She's number 23. She's a junior. She played in 5 games last year. She tore her ACL, so she's come back from that. Great attitude, good rebounder. You have number 32, Grace Warren. She's a junior. She's a top defender, quick. Will get in the person's face. Does some nitty-gritty things that you need to win some games. And then you got Coach Katona, so that's the whole team right there.
Well, the warm-up is winding down. We're getting ready for the national anthem and our starting lineup. The opener tonight for both the Lady Rangers of Manton and the Lady Warriors of Forest area. Manton, of course, a member of the Highland Conference, even though conference champion will not be determined this year because of the shortened season. And the Warriors, member of the Ski Valley Conference. This has been our sponsored by Wilder Heating and Cooling. So we're going to break away verbally and let the public address announcer take over.
Forest area Warriors in his hometown, Manton Rangers. Ladies and gentlemen, the privilege of this event is made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for freedom we enjoy. Let us now honor and respect their efforts and our country. Civilian gentlemen, please remove your hats. All veterans, we encourage you to render the appropriate salute. And everyone able, please stand at attention, placing your hand over your heart as we proudly sing our national anthem.
Night of basketball for the girls. We were here Monday night for the opener of the boys, and play was a little sloppy. A lot of fouls throughout the ball game. We kind of expected some of those things, and I wouldn't be surprised to see the same thing here tonight with the girls. Kick things off. Boys and girls have not seen any competition for 11 months. And that kind of thing is expected, especially in these first few games. And it'll be especially interesting and fun to have this new look Lady Ranger team. I'm anxious to see what they bring to the table with the graduation of 7 seniors a year ago. Starting lineups being introduced to the crowd. And we'll let Nate do the honors here for us as well.
Let's stand and make some noise for your hometown Manton Rangers! The freshman, number 1, Lauren Wilder.
Tradition here with the Rangers, we go spotlight on and kick things up a little bit. Special introduction.
Take it in London. A senior, number 4, Asia Taylor. A senior, number 12, Sam Howard. The leader is coached by Kenny Aldermier.
Now, if you missed any of those, we'll let Nate run through them.
Yeah, so forest area. The forest area starting at number 2, a senior, Gracie Kimball. Number 5, a senior, Macy Turner. Number 10, a sophomore, Megan Lang. Number 12, a junior, Brandon Niss. And number 14, a senior, Emily Norkowski. And then for the Rangers, you have number 1, Lauren Wilder. We got number 2, Leah Helsel. Number 3, Megan Moffitt. Number 4, Asia Taylor. And number 12, Sam Howard.
And if you joined us on Monday night for the boys, one of the new rules for MHSAA in COVID times is that there's no jump ball to start the game. Visiting team will get the ball out of bounds, and then possession arrow takes over from there. Nice pass underneath for the post, but the bucket wouldn't fall, and it's out of bounds to the Lady Rangers. Here's Lauren Wilder taking over for her sister on the point. Jaden ran point for 4 years here in Manton. Shot up by Taylor off the glass, almost went. Ball knocked out of bounds, forced area. In fact, we were talking about those seniors who graduated. 4 of those seniors started from the time they were freshmen. Another post down on the block, shot wouldn't go, kicked out from top of the key, no good on the 3-point attempt. And rebound Taylor. Quickly had the Powers over her head, out of bounds.
Yeah, Rangers looking to get out and go. That's something all Manton teams do. Get the board and just look to outlet and go and run. Little bit of zone early, which is what we thought. Found they're matching up well.
See if these Lady Warriors have outside shooters. There's another 3-point attempt. Too strong. Batted away, and the Rangers come up with it. Megan Moffitt, too wild underneath, and lost the handle out of bounds. And forced area basketball. But with that 2-1-2, Nate, they will force some outside shots, but they also want to try and post underneath on the block. Pass stolen, knocked away. It helps to the hoop, left hand too strong, right there on the rebound. Put back, no good. By Wilder, and we'll get a whistle. And we're going to get a foul call against forced area. Manton will inbound.
That foul's on number 5, Turner, for forced area. It's the first, team's first.
Sam Powers, too wild on top. Right side to Helsel. 15-footer, shot up, got it. Rita Helsel, the sophomore, who was on the Varsity last year, and it's the first points of the season and the game. Deep in the left corner for 3. Macy Kimball giving the Lady Warriors a 3 lead.
That's one thing you give up when you're playing the zone is those outside shots. So if they're going to knock it down, we got to make sure we get out there and close out.
On the left side, back to Powers. Holds underneath to Taylor, and knocked out of bounds. Lady Rangers will inbound. Also, they pull the trigger. Needs somebody to get open. Wilder does on the right side. Out to Powers. 3-point attempt. Shot up. Off the glass. I think she called it, mate. 5-3. Lady Rangers on top.
It's a little muffled under the mask, but I'm sure she said it.
Markowski. Rebound. Taylor. Quickly led to Wilder. Underneath, Sam Powers. Shot up. Blocked. Quickly ahead down the court. What a break. Kimball got to it. Heaved it up. Almost put it in. Off the front of the rim. Wow. That would have been a nice one. Yeah, she comes up with steal. Does Gracie Kimball. That shot wide, out of bounds. Lady Ranger basketball. Some good action here. Up and down.
Sure is, getting some buckets. Lots of running. Force area, doing a mass sub, which is something you see early on in these games. You can talk to your bench, as one unit, and then send them on with a new game plan. And getting the girls some breaks. This is their first real action of the year, and so they're gonna be tired.
That was a full 5 for 5 substitution by Force area. Warriors knocked it out of bounds. We made in basketball. Also again to inbound in the wide. Also right side, shot up again, hit from there just a moment ago. Wilder rebound off the glass, no good. Nice rebound by Moffett to Taylor, shot no good. Good attempt on the ground to save it. And Sam Powers just another shot. That bucket was a result of hustle.
Gotta love the girls getting on the floor. That's something Coach Katona preaches, I'm sure. And you want to see this early in the year.
And just like that, you don't know what's going to happen with the great hustle. That example of hustle resulted in 2 points.
Yeah, it's creating new possessions.
So 7-3, Lady Rangers on top. Just halfway through the first quarter, Hustle deep left side, off the back of the rim. Rebound Moffett to Taylor, but knocked out by Force area. Hustle is going to be our designated inbound person tonight. And she gets the return pass. Back to Wilder. Looking to penetrate down the middle, does so. Boy, we saw the Christian Jaden do that 1,000 times through the years. Foul called, and Lauren Wilder will go to the line.
Yeah, good take. Saw a crease. Broke through there. That foul's going to be on number 31, Nelson, for Force area. It's her first, team's second.
So free throw is good. 8-3, Manton on top. Again, full substitution for Forest area. And for the Rangers, Abby Wood checks in for Asia Taylor. Second free throw is in and out. Forest area for rebound. Megan Lang pushing it down in the corner. Shot no good. Rebound to the Warriors. Again, shot no good. And knocked out of bounds for the Ranger possession. Both shots a little too strong on the Forest area end at that time. Sam Powers quickly down the corner, also back to Powers. Powers rebound, a little 10-foot shot. No good. That's Wood. And the putback. Nice 2 points from Abby Wood. Shot again at the Forest area end, no good. Knocked out of bounds by the ref.
That was another great rebound by Wood there. We saw that a little bit last year until she, had that injury. Just a good rebounder down low, plays good defense. So it was good to see that putback this early in the year.
And we have a timeout taken on the floor. Coach Katona taking that timeout. And that Ranger timeout, sponsored by Boston Drugstore and owner Mike Moffett, a Manton alum. owner of Boss 6 Drugstore since 2011. Well, Nate, I would almost say I think this has been a little cleaner than the boys on Monday, at least in the first few minutes of the game.
I would say so as well. Yeah, I don't know the reason for it, but the girls did have a couple more practice. But yeah, both teams are playing really well. They're smaller teams, you know, so you're getting more girls consistent minutes. But yeah, some shots are falling early, which is good to see.
2:53 left to go in first quarter. 10-3. Lady Rangers on top. Force area runners up, inbound and under their own basket. In the lane. Right side, makes the turn. Trying to post again inside. Pass going away. Lawson pushing to Helson. Up to the left hand off the glass on it. Two experienced Rangers right there teaming up for that bucket. Moffett to Helson.
Yeah, when you're five can get that board, start your fast break. That's a good thing.
Deep in the left corner, Grayson Kimball hit for three, and that makes it 12-6. Manton on top. Wilder into the lane. Gets in there. Kicks it to Helson. 15-footer. Got it. Nice shot from Leah Helson. I already see a great improvement in Leah since last year. Much more aggressive. Willing to take some chances. Ball knocked away from the Rangers. Wilder, left hand to the right side, lays it in. Wilder, bucket 16-6, Manton on top.
Great take, coast to coast. Good finish. Kind of weaved around there a little bit. The defender kind of turned around.
Morgan Lang on the first hits for three. So we were mentioning that zone will bring out the three-point shooters. There are three here in the first quarter.
Yep, 3-3.
Got a little travel there. Grace Moore, who had just checked into the game, call for the travel, turnover Rangers, and Forest area will inbound. Moffett and Wilder getting a breather for the Rangers. On the Forest area, and shot up by Valerie Nelson. Rebound attempt and shot, no good. And rebound. Nelson, left side. Shot up by Wood off the back of the rim. Chased down in the corner by Shepler, who's now in the ball. Underneath, nice look pass to Nelson and out. Grace Moore is there with the rebound and put back. First shot blocked out of bounds, but the Rangers still inbound. Get some nice looks in there, finding the open teammate. Like you see that. Nelson, 15-footer baseline, real good. Gets her own rebound, stepped on the line. Forest area ball.
Yeah, both teams playing a zone. You know, you're hitting some outside shots, makes you feel good.
Long shot by Perkins is off the backboard. Nothing there. Rebound underneath by Helson. Quickly ahead, pushing the board. Takes it to the hoop. Scoop shot, no good. But there to try and save it is Grace Moore. They stepped on the line. Forest area ball.
But they're pushing. You let it for a second. You know, it's a layup. So Forest area's got to work to get back.
You're absolutely right. Last 5 seconds. Can they get a shot up? Ball deflected and they turn out. A nice quarter, actually packed quarter here in Manton. And at the end of one, the Lady Rangers lead it 16-9 over Forest area in the opener for both these teams.
Yeah, so we'd like to hit one of our sponsors during this little break. We're going to start with Wilder Heating and Cooling. Owner Chad Wilder, a Manton alum himself, started his business in 2001, so now in his 20th year. His coverage area is wide in northern Michigan, from Big Rapids to Charlevoix. They'll serve single families as well as larger multi-unit complexes. Wilder's offers 24-hour service. They take care of the customer, and no job is too small. Chad Wilder has been a faithful sponsor of Manton basketball, being broadcast on the radio and or internet since it began 4 years ago. So thank you, Wilder Heating and
16-9, our quarter score as we head into quarter number 2. And we shouldn't compare guys and gals, but like I said, I thought things were a little smoother here tonight. At the end of 1 on Monday night, and the boys' opener of 9-4. So the girls have been able to do offensively a little bit more from Manton and Forest area than Manton and Mansalona boys were able to put in the hoop Monday night. Possession now to the Rangers. They work around with the tail inside of the post, and then off the bucket. And Forest area comes away with the steal. Quickly underneath, shot up, off the glass, no good. Wilder with the rebound and draws the whistle. That was a nice shot attempt, a quick push by Forest area. Grayson Kimball off the glass, which I always like to see. But foul on the rebound.
That foul's number 10, Lang. That's her first, and Forest area's third. So far, first quarter and some, Manson has 0 fouls.
Wilder, 15-footer. That ball at the other end, Forest area gets the
Yeah, Nordkowski's a sprinter in track. She's a fast one. So you gotta make sure you watch her on breaks.
16-11 on top. Grace Ward, Sam Powers, shot up, no good. And Shepard able to come away with the rebound. Out to Ward. Lauren Wilder, left side, shot up, looking good. Wilder with the 19-11. Down in the corner, we got a trap, and the Rangers get the steal.
Yeah, good D by Wilder there to strip it.
Wilder with the push. Good recovery on defense, but she finds her way and gets the left-hander up on the glass. Nice move.
That's nice. Cause the steal, get it back, finish the layup. Good little burst.
Nordkowski's shot no good. Rebound to Grace Ward. And batted away from behind. Manton ball. Nate, I used to urge you guys to do that exact same thing right there.
Oh, catch and tip.
Catch and tip it.
Catch and tip.
Catch and tip.
It goes from the bench, the player thinking they have an open layup, and then where's the ball? You got nothing. You know, then you set up your defense again. Gives you a chance. Deflates them and makes you feel a little better.
And also 15-foot on the baseline, no good. And Teresa Taylor tried to save it. She stepped on the end line before it's there the ball. 21-11. Rangers on top. 6 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Perkins with the basketball. Just a freshman for Forest area. She's got the height, Nate, to develop into a good ball player, I would think.
Sure does, yeah.
Don't know a lot about her, but
Kind
she
of
is
a floor leader. Yeah.
Valerie Nelson inbounds. Paul picks it back out. There's a long three-point attempt off the front of the rim. No good by Trinity Nelson. Wilder with the rebound, keeps it herself. Bounce pass to Moffett. Off her, saved by Helsel. Battle for it. And just come away with it. Moffett, Powers, underneath, beautiful pass. What a hook.
Man, Sam had a shot herself. You know, this little 5-foot banker that gave to Asia for the easier shot. Good teamwork.
Baseline shot up, no good. There's Perkins, we just talked about with the rebound. Her putback, no good. And rebound Taylor. Here comes Wilder. Look underneath the Helsel, off the glass, no good. Moffett with the rebound. Out to Taylor, shot up. In and out. Perkins with the rebound for Forest area. Keeps it herself. Takes it right in. Shot no good. And Moffett pulls it down. Wilder on the right side. Sets up for three. Shot up. No good. Taylor with the rebound. For Helsel. 12-footer. Got it. Helsel with the Ranger bucket. 25-11. Rangers on top. And we get a call on the floor. A full timeout taken by Forest Area. So I'm impressed so far, Nate. I like what these Lady Rangers are showing.
I am too. Yeah, both teams had some new looks. The boys on Monday, the girls here tonight. But yeah, one thing you can rest your hat on always is defense and effort, and just how you pass the ball. And both teams have looked great. The boys on Monday, these girls here tonight, making shots, very unselfish, finding the open player. Great defense. They've held them to Forest Area's made 4 shots, although 3 threes, but playing great defense in the zone and knocking down shots against Forest Area's zone. So good quarter and a half so far.
I'll tell you, Lauren reminds me a great deal of Julie when I was watching her play out there. The way she handles the ball, penetrated.
Oh, a lot.
Looks a lot.
And I made the reference to Caleb Moore looked a lot like Jaden Perry. Just the way he's stopping and going and pull-up jumpers. And
exactly.
Different families, but yeah, this is sisters. Yeah, a lot like each other.
Here we go, following the timeout. Deep in the corner, Kimball trying to post it up. Ball batted away, Rangers come away with it once again. Wilder at the elbow, goes study step, bounce past the Helsel, out the Powers for 3. Off the back of the rim, Moffett with the rebound. Kicks out the Wilder pass. Off Lauren's fingertips, out of bounds, Ranger turnover.
You like the rebound, you like the second chance. Just got to harness that pass.
Halfway through the second quarter here in Manton tonight, 25-11. Lady Rangers on top of the Lady Warriors. 3-point attempt again. This one by Megan Lang is off. Rebound Rangers. Wilder with the left hand down the lane, got it off the glass. Drive and layup from Lauren Wilder. Forest Area pass knocked out of bounds by Moffett. Nice defensive play. And the Warriors were inbound down in the corner. Stay with us at halftime. We will have halftime stats for you. We'll have our upcoming games. And we'll look ahead to the second half. This time, full penetration on the right side. And bank shot off the glass is good from Megan Lang. Their first 2-pointer of the night. Left baseline. Helsel shot just off. Rebound Lang. Quickly head down court. Trying to get the fast break going. Out of the reach of Norkowski, out of bounds.
We're going. Yeah, some refs don't want to touch the ball.
I've noticed that a couple times.
So you just kind of, once he puts his hand up, it's a live ball. So both teams have to be aware. We got to be aware of that too.
Exactly. Wilder for 3 from the right side, got it. Long Wilder, 30-13. Lady Rangers on top.
Blocked there by Powers.
And Lang with another shot. Blocked out of bounds. Ranger ball. Ball last touching a Forest Area girl. This time they can't just bring it in. Referees held it up so they could substitute on the Forest Area. Forest Area still in that 2-on-2 defense. But being still able to either shoot over it or still being able to penetrate. This time Grace Ward, 15-footer off the glass to the right side. Nice shot and off the glass. Trinity Nelson out on top. Nelson Jr. for the Warriors. All puts it down to Perkins. Her shot no good. He's on Abby Wood, knocked away. Moffett comes up with it.
Great box out by Wood there.
Look underneath the Helsel. Forest Area defense quickly recovered, but it was a nice look on the pass. 3-point attempt short. And taken by Forest Area. That's Valerie Nelson pushing it herself. shot attempt up. Piston Hall, no good. Rebound, Abby Wood. 1:30 left to go here in the second quarter. On the right side, Rhea Helsel, no good. High rebound. Valerie Nelson again. Result. Perkins with the shot. Des Perkins takes the 16-footer for the Forest area bucket. 32-15. Lady Rangers on top. Grace Moore, top of the circle to Wilder. 50 seconds left to go. With the foot on the line, Nelson lets it fly, no good. And Nelson with another rebound. And again, taking it himself. Puts up the 10-footer. Off glass, no good. Perkins right there with a putback. No good. The speed's going to go to the free throw line. As we mentioned earlier, Des Perkins, just a freshman, but has made her presence known on the floor tonight.
That's Manton's first foul of the half of the night. That's on Wilder.
Well, I noticed, Nate, with just 4 total fouls in the first half, that's one reason why this game seems to be flowing a little bit better.
Good. Yeah, there's good flow to it.
Both halves of the boys' game the other night, we were in double bonuses.
Yeah. And the jump balls constantly in that JV game earlier. This has got some good flow to it.
Perkins no on second, and rebound taken by Taylor. Had the battle for it. Picks out to Sam Powers. Powers to Grace Moore. Moore across the Taylor. Down to Wilder. Trying to get a shot up, circle shot, but we'll go to the free throw line instead with a foul being called. 25 seconds to go in the first half.
That foul is on Lang, number 10 for Forest area. That's her second, and their fourth. Another Wilder at the line for 2. She split her pair earlier.
First one good. 33 to 15, excuse me. Lady Rangers on top. Second free throw coming. Good on the second as well. 34-15. Last 20 seconds here. Rangers applying a little bit of pressure. The Warriors get the ball underneath to their post player on the block. She makes that pass for the bucket. And that is Brianna Niss with that 2-pointer. Let's see if the Rangers can get a bucket. Or at least a shot in the last 10 seconds. Wilder weaves her way down the lane. And she's going to go to the free throw line one more time with just 3 seconds left to go in the first half.
That foul's on Niss for Forest area, number 12. It's her first, team's 5th.
First free throw is good. 35-17. Manton on top. Second, nothing but the net. 3 seconds. Can we get a shot up from half? Megan Lang let it fly, but could not connect. And that's the end of the first half tonight here in Manton. Our halftime score, Manton 36 and Forest area 17. Well, stay with us. We'll pick things up here in just a moment. We will have our first half stats. We'll talk about the progress of the game so far. We'll have an update on upcoming games. We'll have our JV result from earlier tonight, if you missed that. And we'll look ahead to the second half in our halftime report, brought to you by Northern Michigan Environmental Transport. I'm Rick Swanson, along with my son Nate Swanson tonight, coming to you from Manton High School, with the Rangers hosting Forest area in the season opener for both Manton and Forest area. Let's take a look at the quarter scores first. Rangers jumped out with a nice offensive quarter in the first and outscored Forest Area 16-9. In the second quarter, picked it up even more offensively, put 20 on the board in the second quarter to Forest Area's 8. And they have stretched that 7-point first quarter lead into a 19-point halftime lead at 36-17. So Nate, let me throw it to you for our individual sets.
Yeah, we'll start with Forest Area. Let's go down their scoring real quick. Perkins, the freshman, has 2 points. Norkowski, a senior, has 2. She's number 14. Perkins is number 23. Then Nis, a junior, has 2. She's number 12. And then you have the sophomore, Megan Lang, number 10. She has 5. And then the lead Forest Area is number 2, senior Gracie Kimball. She has 6. Forest Area made 3 threes at first half, and they were 0 for 2 free throws, and Lang's the only person with 2 fouls, so no real foul trouble to worry about on Forest Area's end of things. And now for the Rangers, the new-look Rangers, I should say. I might use some of these names as well. Names and numbers and new faces, especially with the mask. It's tough to see who people are. We'll go through some scoring real quick. Asia Taylor, senior, has 2 points. Abby Wood, a junior, has 2. Grace War, a junior, has 2. Sam Powers, a senior, has 5. And then Leah Helsel, a sophomore, has 8. And to lead the way in the game is Lauren Wilder with 17 first half points. And in the first half, Manton made 3 threes, and there were 5 for 6 free throws, and all 6 were attempted by Wilder. Now, the only foul was on Wilder, so absolutely 0 fouls to worry about on the Rangers side of things. Stats.
Well, I'll tell you what, Nate. I'm impressed.
Oh, me as well.
I'm impressed. These Lady Rangers, as inexperienced as they are, only 2 girls coming back from a year ago, that being Helsel and Moffett, as we talked about in the pregame show. With only 2 girls coming back, I like what I see. They push the ball, they like to run, they're very unselfish. I love the way they're always looking for the open person, and they are hitting the open person. And as you mentioned, once they're in the second quarter, even turning down shots, maybe looking for a better shot. I like Leah Helsel, one of the returners. You can tell she's much more aggressive. She's going to play a bigger role, and it looks like she's going to step into it. She's certainly willing to take that step. Sometimes people aren't so willing to step in when it's their turn because they don't want the spotlight. They don't want pressure put on them. But I think Leah's going to fit in there well.
Yeah, she's ready. I mean, they kind of have to. You know, there's no one else coming. So if you
she's
want
a sophomore.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to take control of those teams, now's the chance to do it with a fresh slate. And she's been up there before. But yeah, much more confident in taking shots and passing and dribbling. You like the play of Megan Moffett as well, getting the boards. She doesn't have to outlet it. You know, she's good enough to bring it up herself and find the open teammates. So when she has in some space, you know, all 5 are running. You don't have anybody lagging behind. I like that play as well. But yeah, Lauren Wilder, I mean, she's going to make a name for herself, but shades of Jaden for sure. Just a really good first half by that freshman.
They boarded well. They played tough defense. They did play a lot of zone, but they played it well. If you're going to force people to put up shots, might as well see if the other team can hit threes. And when Forest Area did try to post it inside, Manton always seemed to be able to get a hand on the ball and deflect it and maybe come up with a steal. They made it tough. They made it tough for Forest Area. And Forest Area was able to score most of the points off the 3-pointers. How many did you say they had?
They had 3. So over half the points.
Yeah, half the points roughly coming from the 3-point line. So, good first half. We'll see if they can continue in the second. Let's take a quick look at the earlier game tonight in the JV contest. Of course, first game for the junior Ranger and Warrior teams as well. In a close contest, but the Manton JVs came out on top, and I didn't remember to write the score down, but there was a 4-point win. The junior varsity Lady Rangers defeated Forest Area tonight by 4 points in their first contest.
It was like 32-28, something like that.
Yeah, that could be it. And they are once again coached this year by Coach Rainey Loftemere.
The legend.
He really enjoyed it last year. Of course, his last coaching experience was varsity boys for a number of years, and he came back and tried the JV girls. And I know he really helped those girls last year, and it was fun. He enjoyed it, although frustrating at times. But he came back and he was willing to give it a try again this year.
Oh yeah,
good to see him on the bench.
If it's in your blood, you find a way to do it, and he's got to get that basketball fix somehow. Yeah, but he did a good job. It's good to have that presence on the bench, even for the varsity team. Just have another experienced coach there on the sideline. But yeah, great first half, man. And then I would like to ask you, there are some girls and boys who are kind of playing JV and varsity this year. It's kind of like a quarter limit. I don't know if you can touch on that, because some people, will see that if they attend the game, like, hey, why are they playing both? And I don't know if you know more of that than I do.
Yeah, Coach Hiller was explaining that to me the other day, and he said that there's a 5-quarter limit for freshmen and sophomores. And a freshman, for example, he thinks that will happen sometimes with Noah Moffett this year, who's a freshman, 6'4" freshman. And he can foresee, for example, Noah playing a couple quarters of a JV game and then still being available for 3 quarters of the varsity game.
Yeah.
So a freshman or sophomore has 5 quarters available of action on any given night. So it's a kind of interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
I don't want to say dilemma, because it's not a dilemma, but it's an interesting proposition. Do you leave somebody down? Do you bring them up? When do you do it? Do you let them play 1 quarter here, 2 quarters, 3 quarters, save them for 2 quarters?
Yeah.
It does present a numbers game.
It's like the National League in baseball. When you take your pitcher out, then you got to sub, move some stuff around. But yeah, because Forest Area has a few girls that played. So if you're at the game tonight, you might be wondering why. Even if you come to some Manton boys games, you might see that. Even with Shepler, Katona might mention that might happen. Yeah, just so you're aware of that. That's a thing that's, I don't know if it's just to be this year or if it's something that's going to be consistent.
Yeah,
But just so you're aware of that, you might see a girl or guy play JV and then jump on a varsity as well. So don't be alarmed.
With the moment we have left, I want to touch on the next games that the boys and girls have coming up. Let's start with the girls. They close out their week Friday in the second game of doubleheader with Roscommon. And we will be here for both games Friday night. The boys starting at 5:30 with the girls to follow. And then the girls play next week Tuesday at Lake City. So Friday home against Roscommon, Tuesday at Lake City. As far as the boys are concerned, Friday they of course are involved in that doubleheader. They will play the first game against Roscommon at 5:30. And then they go back to back. They have a Saturday afternoon contest at Buckley, game time 1 o'clock. So the boys home Friday at 5:30 against Roscommon, and then at Buckley Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. So we are ready to get the second half underway. Our halftime report was brought to you by Northern Michigan Environmental Transport.
There you go.
Possession arrows with the Rangers. They inbound it, leading 36-17 starting the second half. Post inside to Moffett. Nice bounce pass to Taylor. Again, right there, Nate. I mean, Megan could have worked herself a shot, but she gave it up to Asia. Maybe a better one. Nice inbound pass to Taylor for a layup. 38-17. Deep in the left corner to Kimball. Takes it back outside. Back to Kimball. Turner lost the handle down there. Jump ball call. should be forced area ball because Manton just had it on the end zone for the half. Inbound play, ball brought in deep, and there's the 12-footer put up by Campbell. No good. Taylor with the rebound. Wild looking underneath, got Helsel. No shot there. Has to bring it out to Moffett. Moffett going baseline. Back to Helsel. Good shot denied. Here's Wilder for 3. Got it. One round, 3 points. 41-17. All the way to the hoop. Number 10. 41-19.
Almost got to jump in there and stop it.
Yeah, she had some steam built up that time. Keep going. Wilder again for 3. Top of the circle. Got it. Nice shot. 44-19. Lady Rangers.
Yeah, Lauren's got a quick 6 points. She's got 23 on the night now.
Pass through the Forest area hands to the Rangers here on the sideline. Wasn't sure they were going to call the Rangers on touching that last, but the officials say they didn't. The Rangers won by. Again, full team substitution for the Warriors.
Good hustle all around for both teams. Right there.
As you can see, the Warriors still in that 2-1-2 defense. Here's Helsel. Nice 6-footer to the right side. I just don't think we see what he was doing that a year ago. It's nice to see it stepping up, like he was talking about at halftime. Here's Perkins with 3 on the right side. No good. Taylor with the rebound. Wilder looking ahead to Helsel. Baseline, right side. Got it. Helsel that time for about 12 feet. Rangers have opened up a big lead, 48-19 over Forest Area.
I guess if you're spending practices not manning up, playing crazy defense, if you're shooting, it's showing with these Rangers. They got their shots going tonight.
Perkins right to the hoop. Rangers come away with it. Nice pass from Powers. Wild in the layup. Again, that unselfish play of the Rangers.
Yeah, great teamwork, filling lanes. That was very well done to him.
Timeout taken on court by Forest Area. And it's a full timeout. I'm going to give it back to Nate.
All right, we're going to have another one of our sponsors. It's going to be Northern Michigan Environmental Transport. The owner is Troy Voglar. He's a Manton resident, has 20 years of experience in helping to keep the environment clean by properly disposing of contaminants. If you are wondering what to do with that used oil, wastewater, machine coolants, oil filters, oily rags, etc., call Troy. He started his own business 3 years ago and is experienced, local, and loyal to customers, both commercial and residential. Again, looking for someone to haul and properly dispose of your wastewater or used oil? Call Troy Voglar of Northern Environmental Transport at 231-429-8489. That's 231-429-8489.
You might also throw out there that Troy is certainly involved in Manton athletics. He is one of the assistants to Ryan Hiller on the boys basketball team. So Troy is always around. Good supporter here. Nice to see him as a sponsor of our live stream. Forward pass stolen by Asa Taylor. All the way to the hoop off the glass. Picked up by number 5, Mason Turner. But boy, she went right through the defense. I thought she might stop, but went right through it, put it off the glass, and gets a shot for the 3-point play.
Yeah, it's good to see Asia back out there. She's a sports girl, comes from a sports family with tough injuries, so really good to see her out there.
3-point play from Taylor, 53-19, making on top. Man, extending that defense a little bit. Wild pass, stolen by Wilder. Ahead to Taylor, right there, off the glass. Got it. Nice assist from Wilder. Taylor. Great team play from the Rangers.
The Asia's got a quick 7 in this quarter.
Steal from Taylor. And they get a call against Forest Area. Again, nice defense from the Lady Rangers.
Yeah, there was a foul there on Forest Area. I don't think you guys caught that, but that was on number 2. Kimball, that's her first, and Forest Area's second.
Wilder down the lane, kicks it to Taylor. There it is, another 6-footer. Asia Taylor, nothing but net.
Asia Taylor, 2 points, Manton.
Asia's on fire this third quarter. And Wilder's finding her teammates and giving us some easy shots. I like it.
We are not even halfway through the third quarter, and the Rangers have 21 points on the board here in the third. Shot put up by number 14, Norkowski. Emily Norkowski, no good, but a foul call underneath. And Forest Area at the line. This is number 12, Brianna Miss, junior for the Warriors.
That foul is on Taylor for the Rangers. That's their first, and they're first for the half.
And Brianna hits the first one. Checking in Abby Wood and Grace War for the Rangers, replacing Moffitt and Wilder. Second free throw is off the back of the rim. High rebound, tipped out by Powers, but misses there to pick it up. Pass was an attempt to get it back to Miss down on the block, but deflected out of bounds by the Rangers. Forest Area will inbound. There's Miss underneath again on the block. Struggles to get the shot up, too strong, rebound Powers. Quickly ahead, a nice defensive deflection by the Warriors. Prevented a layup that time, Manton will inbound. But push the ball and looking ahead, Nate.
Every single girl that gets it, I mean, heads up, looking to get it either to your guard or you're passing it yourself.
Leah Helsel kicks it back out to War. Looked like that out of bounds play was set up for Helsel, but shot just wasn't there. Here she's got it on the right side. No good. And Forest Area comes away with it. Macy Turner. And Kimball's pass deflected out of bounds. Forest Area basketball. Now checking in with freshman Morgan Shepherd for the Rangers. Giving Taylor a good. Ball pass to Megan Lamb. Top of the key. Her drive too strong. Rebound up and no good. Miss back in. Good on the third attempt that time for two.
They just kept at it. They kept the ball above their head. That's what you do when you get those boards.
57-22. Manton on top. Pass deflected out of bounds. Manton basketball. Forest Area again. 5-on-5 substitution. We're in Manton tonight, opening game of the season for the Manton and Forest Area girls basketball team. 2:50 left to go in the third quarter. Dan Powers into the lane. Kicks it down on Wood. Good shot blocked by Nelson. And she keeps it herself, bring it down court. Down in the right corner, back out around. Nelson into the lane, shot up, off the glass, too strong. And ball knocked out of bounds by the Warriors. Manton basketball. We had a whistle there. I wasn't sure what it was for. Forest Area now extending from a 2-on-2 into 1-2-2. Got a little pressure out there in front on the basketball. Helsel with a three-point attempt, no good. And the ball on the floor, and Leah went right in there on the floor after her shot. We need a jump ball call.
Great hustle. That Leah followed her shot, knew where it was going, down the floor, and created extra possession for her.
Here with the Rangers. War to Wilder. Into the lane, dishes down low, shot up by Abby Wood, no good, but they saved the rebound. Bounce pass to Powers, baseline, Sam Powers will sit in the right side. Again, nice passes and unselfish play from the Rangers.
Yeah, Grail's quick shot. Caught it, ready to go. Fired it.
Perkins turnaround jumper off the front of the net. And Sheckler chased down the rebound in the corner. She had her pocket picked by Hall. And shot good by Kristen Hall. Shot. Rebound to the Rangers. Wilder on the dribble. And Forest Area is going to be called on a reach in. Lady Rangers inbound from the far sideline.
Foul was on for Nelson for Forest Area for the first. And they were third for the half.
Moffitt in for the Rangers. And again, full substitution for Forest Area. War inbounds to Wilder. 1:20 left to go, third quarter. 59-22. Manton Girls on top. Wilder into the lane, picks it back out to Ward. Long shot attempt, no good. And ball taken by Mills. Long pass out. Actually got it there. I didn't think she was able to. She did. But lost control of it. Here's the Rangers on their end. Wilder's shot no good. Again, a long outlet pass. Assist to Gracie Kimball underneath for the Forest Area layup.
A little sloppy back and forth there, but Forest Area with another.
War on top. Get rid of it to Wilder. 25 seconds. Third quarter. And with a reaching foul on the Warriors.
Foul number 5. Turner is the third, and the Warriors fourth.
See if Manton will go for the last shot here in the third quarter. 20 seconds to go. And good defense there. Kind of tied up Sam Powers, but Forest Area knocked it out down. Powers will inbound. 13 seconds to go. In the Wilder. Into the lane with the left hand. Loses the handle to Scheffler. Shot up no good. Moffitt with the rebound. Up off the glass. Got it. Megan Moffitt with the putback bucket for the Lady Rangers. And we are at the end of 3 here in Manton tonight. And the Rangers hold the third quarter lead at 61-24. Holding Forest Area to 7 in that third quarter while putting up 25 of their own.
It's a great quarter. They outscored a quarter. They're beating Forest Area.
Yep, well, I continue to be impressed with the effort and overall play here of the Lady Rangers. I know there were a lot of questions coming into the season. Having lost 7 seniors off last year's team, only 2 people returning, but they're going to be fun to watch them.
Oh, they sure are. Hustle and heart and effort, and if they're making shots like this consistently throughout the year, I think a lot of teams are probably like, whew, yes, that senior class is gone, but this will be a team that you don't want to play.
You know what? I think these girls, having seen that senior class for 4 years also, and all the success they had, I think that certainly carries down also.
Just how much time and effort they put into it. You know, see what it takes and what it took, and yeah, they're trying to emulate it right now.
In the right corner, shot out by Gracie Kimball, no good. Here's Wilder pushing, nice low look pass underneath the Megan Moss off the glass for 2. Excellent assist from Lauren Wilder to Megan Moffitt.
Megan was in the right spot. Lauren found her. Lauren's got to be close to a double-double with assists. Find her teammates quite often.
Long 3 attempt from Kimball. The putback by Miss was no good. And the Rangers turn it over on the fast break. Just underway here in the fourth quarter. 63-24, Manton on top. Pass defensive by Moffett, and it's the steal. That's the way to do it. It's like a block shot. Don't just block the shot. Block the shot and get the ball. You guys block the shot out of bounds. They're just showing off. Block the shot and get the ball. That's a block.
Get the ball.
Deflection by Miss. As the ball trying to post them off, and this time they get it to her. Bounce pass to War, right to the hoop, and draws the foul. Again, a case of unselfishness. Megan could have put the shot up easily, but went to Grace War, and Grace is at the free throw line, shooting 2.
And foul number 2 for Forest area. Kimball, it's her second, and their 5th.
First one up, no good, off the front of the rim. Second one rattles around and gets the ball. Good shooter's touch on that one. So Rangers now up by 40 at 64-24. With 6:40 to go in the ball game. Deep in the right corner. Shot up by Kimball, no good. Chased down by Lang in the left corner. And she put the shot up herself and she got it. Megan Lang from the left side, 64-26. Wilder guarded by Lang. Finds an opening with the left hand, no good. But Moffett and Shepler right there. I think you're right.
Shepler got it.
Morgan Shepler got the putback that time.
First high school bucket.
Good bucket for the second. And Moffett gets the steal on the defensive end for the Forest area now playing. Not sitting back in his zone, but being a little more aggressive defensively. And full team substitution again for the Warriors. Helpful to inbound. So Rangers going to have to move a little bit more. Good post underneath the wood. Her shot blocked by Nelson. And we get a jump ball call. Possession arrow to the Lady Rangers.
Big fight down low between Gale.
Yeah. Last bounce play underneath. It got a nice layup. But this time Forest area man doesn't allow that. They knock it out of bounds. We'll try it again. Elsel inbounding. Powers, left side baseline down. Sam Powers. 12-foot jumper from the left baseline.
Rangers haven't missed a lot of shots tonight. If they're open, it is 70% makes. They're shooting really well.
Shot off the glass at the Forest area, no good. Nelson with the rebound, picks up the shot off the glass. Sophomore, Valerie Nelson with the bucket. 68-28, Manton. Wilder's pass, a little behind Helsel. Helsel was just ready to cut to the basket, go back door, and that's right when Lauren let it go. So, Ranger turnover. Halfway through the fourth quarter here from Manton tonight. Nelson on the drive, and we get a foul. And a foul call against the Rangers. Forest area will inbound under their own basket.
Fouls number 12 for the Rangers. Powers, it's her first and team's second.
Full team substitution for Forest area, and Asia Taylor in for Abby Wood for the Rangers. There's Lang with a quick shot off the inbound pass. No good. Taylor with the rebound. So within a second of Taylor coming in the game, she's definitely won. Lauren looking for Helsel, and just couldn't connect on that one. Off Helsel's hand out of bounds. Turnover.
So we're still working on, feeling that backdoor pass out. when to go, when to cut, when to pass it. They'll get it. They'll get it figured out.
Deep on the right side. Lang, he's got another one.
Forest area.
Lang with the long three-pointer for Forest area. 68-30. Lady Rangers on top. 2:40 left to go in the ballgame. Wilder baseline. Didn't cut it off. Gets a shot up and draws the foul. Lauren will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, it is running block with the 40-point margin a little bit ago.
First free throw attempt from Wilder is off. One more coming. And he's got this one. Grace Ward checking in for Wilder. And here we go. As Nick said, we got running clock, last couple minutes. Lang with a 15-footer, no good. Sam Powers on the rebound. And brings it herself across half court. Ahead to Elsa. Just a little bit late. Nelson was, Taylor was open underneath for a split second, and by the time Nelson saw her, just couldn't quite get it to her. Inbound to Ward. Stolen. This is Kimball. All the way to the hoop. No good. Rebound up and in. Good follow by Norkowski to get the bucket. 69-32. Manton on top. A minute to go on this one. And turnover Rangers with a travel call. Stay with us after the ball game. We'll have our post-game stats. We'll talk about what's coming up next. And Coach Katona will join us with his thoughts on the opening game. Post pass and shot. No good. Good call against the Lady Warriors.
And that foul's on Nis, so it's her third. Number 12 for the Warriors.
We're going to get clock stopped at 31 seconds because of the free throws. So number 21, freshman Morgan Shepler at the free throw line. Shooting 1 and 1. First one no good. Taylor chases it down. Right back, trying it herself, and draws the foul. She was kind of hit from both sides on that one.
He's on a mission.
Referee Taylor could take his pick, which one he wants to call a foul on.
That foul is on number 12. It's her fourth.
Asia at the free throw line. First one up and Asia Taylor, a senior, did not play last year, but certainly happy she came out again this year. She's going to help out this group a lot. Second free throw coming. Nothing but net. 71 the Lady Rangers put on the board. 71-32. Kirsten Hall putting Perkins inside. Her turnaround no good. And boy, the Rangers hustling for the ball, but just couldn't grab it. Out of bounds to Forest area. Last 10 seconds. Drive into the lane by Nelson. Shot no good. Howard gets the loose ball. And that's going to wrap things up. Opening night in Manton for girls basketball. And our final score tonight from Manton, the Lady Rangers 71 and the Lady Warriors of Forest area 32. So as I mentioned, stay with us. We will recap the scoring. We'll have our final stats. We'll update our next games, and we'll talk to Coach Katona here in just a few moments. so let's start our post-game. And our post-game report brought to you tonight by Scheffler's Well Drilling. And while we're talking about Scheffler's, let's spotlight them for a couple moments. Scheffler Well Drilling owner Randy Scheffler, a Manton alum, has been in business since 1992. And they will provide honest, reliable, and professional service from your original well to any problems you may have years down the road. They also offer a 5-year warranty on new installations and parts and labor. Prompt service is a trademark of which I can testify personally. Randy's always been an avid supporter of Manton Athletics as well over the years. And for Scheffler's Well Drilling, give them a call at 231-824-6505. 824-6505. Let's also bring in Bostic's Drugstore, owner Mike Moffitt. Purchased the business from John Bostic in 2011 after 5 generations of Bostic owners. Now serving the community for over 130 years. They will fulfill all your pharmacy needs. They also offer unique gifts such as willow tree figurines and beanie babies. They also have all occasion cards, greeting cards, a lot in Bostic's store that does not pertain to a pharmacy, so check it out. They also have Ranger Station sportswear, sweatshirts, t-shirts, hats. A good stop in downtown Manton. Bostic's has always been a loyal supporter of Manton Ranger Athletics. Telephone 824-6465 or email bosticsdrugstore@yahoo.com. Let's go over the quarter scores first. The Rangers got off to a good start, actually had a good offensive night all night long, and jumped out to a 7-point lead after 16-9. In the second quarter, Manton outscored Forest Area 20-8 to lead at 36-17 at halftime. In the third quarter, the Rangers put up another 25, holding Forest Area to 7, and led 61-24 at the end of 3. In the fourth quarter, a little more on the low scoring end, Manton outscored Forest Area 10-8. And that brought us to our final tonight, 71-32. The Rangers pick up that opening night win, and it is the new look Rangers, and certainly a positive first showing. We'll get Coach Katona in later. We'll talk more about the ballgame. But Nate, let's go with our individual numbers here to start with.
All right, we'll start with the Warriors. Let's go down the scoring real quick. Number 31, Nelson, had 2. Number 23, Perkins, had 2. Norkowski, number 14, had 4. Nis, number 12, had 5. Kimball, number 2, had 8. And then Lane led the way with 11. Overall, they made 12 twos, 3 threes, and they were 1 out of 4 on their free throw attempts. So Rangers did a really good job not fouling shooters and not getting bonus in that whole first game. Shot 4 total free throws. Now for your Rangers, everybody on the scoring column tonight, which Coach Katona will love to see scored. Let's go down it. Abby Wood had 2 points. Morgan Scheffler had 2 points. Grace Ward had 3. Megan Moffitt had 4. Sam Powers had 9. Leah Housel had 12. Asia Taylor came alive scoring-wise in the second half. She put up 13. And to lead the way for the game in Manton is Lauren Wilder with 26 points. Overall, the Rangers made 23 two-pointers, 5 three-pointers, and they shot the free throws really well at a 10 out of 14 clip for 71%. Lauren had 4 of those three-pointers, and Sam Powers had the other 3. So good dispersion of those points tonight.
Thanks, Nate. Great job on the stats. And at this point, I want to welcome in Lady Ranger head coach J.P. Katona. We'll get his thoughts on the opener. I'm sure a lot of positive things, but I'll let him speak for himself. First off, Coach, congratulations on the opening night win.
Thanks. Yeah, a lot of. To be honest with you, we haven't obviously played since last winter, and I don't know what our overall percentage is, but we shot the ball pretty well.
Really did. Really did.
To get 3 players in double figures and everybody to score, and Leah Helson was hitting that baseline corner shot tonight. It was just, first of all, it was great to play. I mean, not being able to play since last March, and
Exactly.
super impressed the way we played tonight, and we're super unselfish, and a lot of good things, but a lot of court rust out there too, things we got to work on.
Well, it's the first time you have seen, as strange as this is with this strange season, this is the first time you've been able to see these girls actually play. You couldn't scrimmage.
Nope.
Other schools couldn't even scrimmage yourselves.
No, because we only have 8 girls.
And you actually saw them for the first time. I was really impressed with what I saw. And I want to start with one of the girls you had coming back. I thought Leah and Megan both played really well. But I didn't know if Leah always struck me as a little bit shy last year, and I wasn't sure whether she was going to take that step. But I really thought she stepped up tonight.
Yeah, not only offensively, I mean, we saw her make 12 points, I think, tonight, but defensively, you just noticed it. She was the one that was communicating out there, talking through. She definitely stepped up in front of our leaders, and like we talked about yesterday when we met, she went from being a role player to being a star player.
Exactly.
Overnight, so.
And of course, you need that. You obviously need that. Every person contributed. It was good to see Asia Taylor out there back again after a year off.
Wow.
And
what a great game coming back after a whole year off. And the way she played in that third quarter, she had a nice little run there on her own, a little 6-0 run on her own.
Moffitt gave you what she's going to give you every night, just battles inside. She hits the boards hard.
Great
physical player.
Yeah, gets a lot of deflections for us, starts the transition a lot for us, runs the floor very well. So, yeah, it's going to be an exciting, fun year.
It is, and I have to hit on one thing that we talked about yesterday. You mentioned one of the characteristics or strengths of this group was their unselfishness. And I saw your girls tonight always looking for the extra pass. I don't know how many shots they turned down because they thought there might be a better shot across the lane or somewhere else. And that was very impressive.
Yeah, and it's nice, and it helps with self-confidence with other girls too, gets other people involved. So that's a trait that sometimes could hurt you in some big games, but tonight it helped us, and it got people, their confidence going in the right direction. So it's not a bad thing to be unselfish.
No, overall I just thought it was a tremendous opening night contest. And you come right back, games are going to come fast and furious. You've got Roscommon coming in here Friday night. What can you tell us about the upcoming game here in 2 nights?
Well, Roscommon, our JV team beat them last year, and we beat them twice last year. So we expect a game that we should probably compete and do okay with. But we're just happy that we're playing again. So hopefully we're playing again on Friday, and we're going to work hard because we're going to treat every game as like it's our last game.
Well, I can tell by the effort I saw tonight that your girls are going to be really, really fun to watch. So congratulations, Coach.
Appreciate it.
And good luck on Friday. We'll be here again doing the game.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much.
That was head coach of the Lady Rangers, J.P. Katona, with his Lady Rangers getting their opening night win tonight. So they are 1-0 on the season. As Forest Area, the loser tonight, they are at 0-1. So once again, let's recognize our sponsors: Bostic's Drugstore, Northern Michigan Environmental Transport, Shepler Well Drilling, and Wilder Heating and Cooling. Nate, throw it back at you. Let's get your final thoughts on tonight's game and player or players of the game.
Yeah, great overall game by these Lady Rangers. Shot the ball well, like Coach Katona said. We mentioned that as well. Free throw shots, unselfish. With a very unknown group, this was a game to put some scare in some other conference foes if they're watching or listening or find out about this game. So they'll be like, what? I thought they just graduated their entire team. Who is this team? So it'll be good. Just hopefully they can keep it up and just work hard in practice. But I would say player of the game, I mean, much like the boys, you need someone that can calm the team down, especially first game, first contact, in 11 months. But to have a girl come in under the shadows of her older sister Jaden, to come in and play the game that she did, to lead the offense. I mean, led in assists, scored 26 points. Just kind of was that calming presence in this lineup was Lauren Wilder. So I would say she is player of the game tonight. Could have picked many of them, but I would go
with kudos to many others. That's for sure. So our post-game report has been brought to you tonight by Scheffler's Well Drilling of Manton and owner Randy Scheffler. That's going to do it from Manton High School. This is Rick Swanson. On behalf of my partner Nate Swanson, we thank you for joining us and hope you'll tune in for the next broadcast. And I want to run those by you one more time as we did at halftime. The girls have Roscommon here Friday night, second game of a doubleheader, and then next Tuesday at Lake City. The boys are here Friday night, first game of the doubleheader starting at 5:30, so we will be on at about 5:15 with the pregame. And then they are at Buckley Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. So a lot of basketball action coming your way. Once again, our final score tonight here from Manton, the Lady Rangers of Manton 71, the Lady Warriors of Forest Area 32. Everyone have a good evening.
Yep, that's it. 93